Girl, are you a Hurricane main? Because you are blowing my mind away. Hey, what's up Koa, it's me MP and welcome back to another SMC videos and welcome back to another Mecha review. So far I've covered only Arthur and Venturus, so I decided to do one of my third main mech, which is Hurricane. Hurricane is one of the mobility. So in these videos we're gonna go through the attack modules, the tag, the everything that usual we do, and I have a lot of contents I want to make for Super Mecha Champion, but I have been procrastinating because I'm really tired from work, and also because Super Mecha Champion doesn't have any content about it. So let's start off simple. Let's start with the pilot and we roll the intro first, then we talk about Vita. Let's go.
Hey, it's just a gaming channel.
So let's talk about the pilot of Hurricane first. So her name is Vita and she has a height of 169 cm, which is the same as mine. And she weighed 48 kg and her birthday is on November 12th. And she is known as the legendary Mecha Drill Sergeant, my bad. Which I don't know what that is. And her personal mech is of course Hurricane. And if you click on her story, it only doesn't really say that much. All it says is that a lot of strategy here, and then it also said that she fought alongside with Rome back in those days during the Singularity War. And Vita always like to go solo. She's a lone wolf. At the basic info, she's really calm and she likes being alone, yet she dislikes being alone. I'm sensing a tsundere pattern here, so So her primary pilot skill is Mecha Hunter. I maxed this out, really good to use. Increase 8% damage versus Mecha and then decrease 12% damage taken from Mecha. So she's basically a Mecha Hunter. She can fight against Mecha with no problem. This is why I rank her pilot skill. This is why I rank Vita one of the best pilot in Super Mecha Champion. So her secondary skill is Quick Shield Recharge, which increase the shield recovery rate and then decrease the recovery cooldown, which decrease, like, shield takes 8 seconds to start regenerating, so this is gonna reduce that, and then she's gonna recover at a very high speed. So this is also a very good secondary pilot skill, so I definitely encourage you guys to max this out and try it out for yourself. Okay, now that we covered the pilot, let's talk about the Mecha in general. So I have 560 minutes into Hurricane and have a KD of 601. A lot of you seen me on my stream that said that I'm at least decent with Hurricane, and I agree so myself. I'm not really the best, but I'm at least have a general raw knowledge to present what Hurricane is capable of. So let's start off very simple. Battle range wise, I think Hurricane can be played close, long, and mid range. She or he, I don't know yet, can basically fight in any range depending on how good your accuracy is. So when fighting in short range, just make sure to watch out for Hydra and stuff like that. And mobility wise, yes, high. He can fly, but fuel consumption is high. Basic durability is 2000. Additional shield is 800. So if you add those two up, it's 2800, ranking him at fourth or third lowest out of all the other mecha. Now total field, Hurricane has one of the highest field, 120 fields. Alongside with Arthur, those two have the highest. So yes, it might have high field, but still do not spend field like they're free. So ability wise, his primary attack is aircraft gun, where you can fire basically Hurricane is like a flying firefox. And his primary attacks is definitely really painful. Has a click capacity of 150, attack frequency 31. Magazine is shot per second and reloading time is only 2 seconds. So not only you have a lot of clip capacity, but you also shoot fast. Just hear me out. You can destroy a mag actually without even reloading. The next thing is his secondary attack, which is high explosive missiles. Launch 2 high power missiles, but 6 if you have core 1 that cause explosion in a large range area. So it has a cooldown of 8 seconds and each missile is costing 300. But if you're using core 1, each missile is dealing only 160 to 180. So if all 6 missiles hit, it's basically 1000 damage plus. Airborne jump. This jump is very special compared to Andromeda. When you use Andromeda, you press jump. Andromeda is just like soaring up to the sky. But for Hurricane, you have the choice to whether you just want to jump or if you double tap it, it will start transform into the aircraft and hover perform. So his combat skill is high speed charge. Transform into an aircraft mode which is capable of performing high speed charge. It travels very fast, but it has a cooldown of 2 seconds. The reason why is because last time it doesn't, and he's actually really overpowered. So decided to like give him a cooldown in between. So let's talk about the attack, defense, all the modules, and the core. So let's start off simple. Attack module, large caliber, increase 10, 15, 20% primary weapon round impact radius. This is the one I go for because I want to increase my radius. But you can actually go for the AoE if you want, if you find it helpful. But I still go for the large caliber radius. And then for defense module, I actually go for the aircraft gun clip, where it increases the magazine capacity of the primary attack, so that I don't have to reload to take out someone. But when I use secondary attack, I will reload in between still. The second one, energy recovery, is actually very useful as well. Recover 50, 75, 100 shield when switching into aircraft mode. So when you're playing Hurricane, if you're an expert, you probably understand that you're gonna change into Mecha mode and aircraft mode in between a lot. So I say energy recovery is not bad as well. The third one would be the propulsion module, heat tracking, which the secondary weapon is gonna gain minor, moderate, and massive enemy mecha tracking. So it's gonna track the secondary weapon when you fire missiles. It's gonna be following your opponent when its target locked on. And then we also have fuel tank, which increase the max fuel by 10%, 15%, and 20%. Depending on you, I personally prefer heat tracking, but fuel tank is also able to keep you like hovering and flying for a longer period of time. So for modules wise, Hurricane is depending on every individual users. For like other mech, maybe there's a fixed or preferred one, but Hurricane is really dynamic. The playstyle is really dynamic compared to other mecha. So whether you want core 1 or core 2, I would say it depends. If you're very confident about your accuracy, then maybe core 1 with 6 missiles dealing more than 1000 damage could help you, then take this one. But if you like in a core 2 precise guidance, in aircraft mode, the primary weapon can aim at enemies mecha, which is more accurate and crazy damage. So I still think it's pretty good, because first of all, secondary weapon has cooldown, and if the primary attack is good, tons of damage is dealt. So a lot of people ask me, is core 1 good? Why do I sometimes go for core 1? I go for core 1 when I'm playing Iron Arena or TDM. So this is again a very dynamic mech. You can actually fix your own playstyle. So let me know in the comment section below on what kind of style do you prefer for him. So for attack build, let's go with attack. I personally don't encourage you to go with long range damage. First of all, people are gonna come close to you, and second of all, you're gonna be closing to people for better accuracy. So long range, no. I would prefer short range, assault program, melee components, onslaught module, where it also increases your AoE, and then artillery modules also increase your AoE, but big no. Secondary weapon recovery is something I don't recommend, because his primary attack actually does a lot of damage. Optimal reloading is good, rate of fire, reload rate increase, and then bombardment chip, rate of fire accuracy, and then shot velocity and area of explosion, efficient reload is also good. But I still recommend short range build and velocity or firing rate. Fire faster, higher damage. I personally prefer higher damage because he's already firing a lot of magazine. I think the best is life drain attack. First of all, he deals a lot of very fast damage. Life drain could work, but he doesn't have a life drain passive, so that might not work. So what I really encourage, combat skill recovery, not so, because his combat skill recovery is only 2 seconds. You don't want this. So what you want to build is max fuel recovery, and movement speed. So either fuel or movement speed. Life drain is something I don't think so, because you can try, but he doesn't have a passive lifesteal. That's the problem. As for pilot secondary skill, I would prefer you to have, for pilot secondary skill, I would prefer you to have Expediter's Charge, where you increase your fuel. Shield recovery is good, because most of the time you'll be like, taking shelters and having shelters covers to like recover you. And other than that, I think nothing much. I personally prefer fuel recovery, because Hurricane is high mobility and you want a lot of fuel. But hey, you can try other, but I still recommend fuel Expediter's Charge and quick shield recharge. Now, tip number 1 about playing Hurricane is that when you're shooting something, right? when you're fighting against Arthur or Andromeda, I don't want you to be like flying one direction where your movement is predictable. You either go zigzag or defloat and hover again, and then mag again and hover again, so that people don't know your movement. Especially Andromeda and Arthur, when they stun you, you're gonna be falling, and then you're gonna be taking lots and lots of damage from either people's from their squad or Arthur himself. And when you're playing Hurricane, don't fight in an open space. If there's no choices, right? You can actually take shelters or covers behind buses or small houses, and you know, go around and play in between. I think that's one of the best thing I can tell you about it. And tree can be your best friend as well, especially when you have a tree. You can actually like shoot someone from behind the tree, and they'll be like, hey, where is that shot coming from? Because your magazine is high, so you don't really have to worry about that. Now, every time a mag explode, right? Every time a mag explode, you're gonna be like going up to chase after the pilot, and I think the most important thing is be aware of your surrounding. Don't go like chase after just because you want to kill one pilot. You have to check out if there's any third party or if there's any other of their squad around. Stay on high ground because you're gonna be the one that's scouting for enemy in your squad. You wanna like tell your friend, hey, they're actually right there, because you can actually go higher places and have more views. Okay, one of the tips I wanna tell you is that hover, charge, hover, charge. So you charge, you hover, you charge, you hover. If you do this, and you can actually recognize that you can actually travel to a further distance, as well as being able to save your fuel as well. This is why they decided to add cooldown for Hurricane's charge, because last time there wasn't, and people was able to go very fast. So this is the way to actually play Hurricane well. But if you're in a combat and just want to get away, this is the best way. This is basically my opinion regarding Hurricane. High DPS, mobility. The only thing about him is fuel, and you gotta be very good at your accuracy. And he has a lot of things that no other mag has. The only thing is that he has low durability, and I think that's fine because he already has a lot of other things to work with him. So what do you have personally think about Hurricane? Make sure to leave them down in the comment section below, and like this video if you want to see more mecha reviews. Subscribe to this channel. So yeah, that's it. What do I say at the end of my video? Hey, it's just a gaming channel.